Hey everybody, good morning. It's time for another round of tips and tricks and getting to know your OBS. I was looking through our past posts and videos and I realized we haven't really talked a lot about scenes and sources. I've got some tips spread out for you all across videos. So today let's talk about how to organize everything and make it work for you. Let's start by taking a look at how I organize my scenes. So you can see here, I've pulled out my scenes box. If you're not sure how to do this, I'll put a link below about how to move around your OBS and make it multiple windows. So first things first, you can see I have a bunch of buttons here. You can actually change this. So if I right click, I can change between list mode and grid mode. I like grid mode because I know where the buttons are. I don't have to read which one they are, and I can switch really easily without accidentally clicking the wrong thing. My first scene is my webcam, which has all of my VIPKid backgrounds, overlays, and everything I need when I'm teaching class. And don't worry, we'll take a look at those sources soon. Next is my welcome. So I use this if I have a student no-show or if I want to show my parent my QR code so that they can connect with me on WeChat. I don't use this a ton, but when I need it, I really need it. Next, of course, is my props and rewards. I have those as two separate scenes because even though they are two separate sources, I don't want to be switching sources between classes. I want to make those transitions between scenes because that's really what scenes were built for. Next is my desktop. Now, this is what I use when I'm recording for you guys and showing everything so that I can move and crop and change things all around without messing up my VIPKid windows. Right below that is also my webcam record. So I have a bare bones set of sources so that when you guys see me when I'm making these YouTube videos, I can adjust it to be all set for you guys. The next one is my webcam work. This is for my day job. I just need some different sets of backgrounds and things, and I don't really want them seeing my VIPKid stuff because I work with a whole different type of people. I work with college age students and above, so seeing my kites and funny things is not really going to go over well. So instead, I have some better backgrounds for my day job. Last is webcam test. Now this is a really cool thing that you can do. If you go over to your webcam or any of your scenes and right click, you can go down to duplicate and make an exact copy. So it'll copy over all of your sources and look just the same. So I use my webcam test when I want to change things around, when I'm trying to adjust backgrounds or overlays or playing with something, working on a project, and I don't want to mess up my VIPKid webcam. One catch with this is that remember, you only actually have one webcam source that gets copied to all of your scenes. So if you change something on your webcam, like adding a filter or something like that, it may affect your other scenes. Now, if you're just cropping it or changing the size, it won't affect your other scenes. Now that we've taken a look at my scenes, let's go take a look at the sources. For this video, I've got a version of my VIPKid sources up, but I've actually kind of messed it up because I want to talk about organizing. So as you know, we can use these little eye icons to show or hide things on our webcam, and we also have this lock button so that we can lock things so we don't accidentally move them around in our scene and they stay put. So as you can see, this is kind of a long list and it's really hard to read mid-class. So I want to first organize into some folders. So you can do this by selecting all of the things you want to go together, and then you can right click and go down to group selected items, and then you can name it. So in this case, this is my overlays, and now I've named it group because I already have something named overlays. And so now you can see that they're all together. And when I click this little arrow button, it hides the folder. So now I can set up my overlay for my class, hide the folder, and then just use this single eye icon if I need to turn my overlays on or off. So that makes it a lot simpler. And then if I'm between classes and need a switch, then I can drop down the list and make the changes I need to change. Especially since overlays and backgrounds, I don't tend to change mid-class. Of course, next I have my webcam, and then I have 3 folders that are on my backgrounds that I'd already organized. So I have like my generic backgrounds, my holidays, and some Disney ones that they released early in this pandemic. Okay, so this is a lot shorter of a list now, nice and easy to read, but I also like to do some color coding. So if I right click, I can go down and set color. So let's make my overlays green, and then anything that's a background I can set to a different color. Let's go with blue. Purple? Bluish purple? I don't even know what to call this. So that way I can color code. So when I have a really long list of sources, I can quickly pick things out. Sometimes I use color sources for like things I'm working on or things I might need to switch to mid-class, and then I clear the color later. Colors make it really easy for me to visualize what I need to get to and how to get there more quickly, especially since for me, all of this writing is very small on my screen due to my resolution. The last thing I have is box, and you might be wondering what box is. It's literally a colored box that I added in to be the exact same size as my VIPKid classroom. So if I accidentally move something, all I have to do is turn box on, and then I will know how to line everything up. And you want to make sure that this is locked so that it stays exactly where it's supposed to be, and you will always have a guide if you're changing your scenes and sources around. So let's look at how many sources do I actually have. So I have a pretty good number. You'll see in my holidays, I don't have a lot. Now, it's a lot, but it's not that many. Many of you probably have way more sources than me. So something to consider is that, have you ever noticed when you turn on a source that it's like that? It's really super quick to get that source to bring up over top of your webcam. There's a reason for this. That's because OBS, when you open it, goes and says, okay, where are all my files? And it goes ahead and accesses those files. So essentially, it's kind of like it's opening the file where you can't see it. So the more sources you have in your scenes, the more OBS is trying to grab onto and hold for you. It's like having a filing cabinet and you know you're going to need a bunch of stuff, so you open the drawer before you take anything out, but you only take one file at a time, but you go ahead and leave the drawer open just in case. Now, if that's an overly heavy drawer on the top, you might tip over the filing cabinet. So if you have a slower computer and you find that your OBS is lagging a little bit, try cleaning up your sources. What I do is that I have a file folder on my computer that I have everything that I love to use nice and organized, and then I switch things out. So I'll often do seasonal. So now that we're back in the holiday season, I'm going to go back and add more into this holiday and probably get rid of some of my generic backgrounds, or maybe my kids are tired of the Disney background, so I'll get rid of most of those. I'm not getting rid of the files, I'm just not listing it in OBS. If you've got a fast computer or you don't have any problems with OBS lagging when you turn things on and off, then don't worry about it. But this is an easy way to do some file cleaning. That's how you organize your scenes and sources. So I hope this helped give you some imagination on how you can make your OBS easier for you to use. There are endless possibilities for grouping and coloring, from your GIF images to your stars to your overlays and your backgrounds and your so many things. You can make it so that that list is nice and short and easy to use. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to comment below and check out the description for some helpful links.